Even before Ripple won the security case against the SEC, a settlement was always on the table. Brad Garlinghouse himself said in an interview that he was prepared for a settlement, but there were two criteria that had to be fulfilled. The first one, which was absolutely non-negotiable, was that Ripple was never going to concede that XRP was a security. And the other criterion was that the settlement value, whatever it is, would have to be fair. Now, fast forward till today, one of those criteria has been taken off the table. Ripple has won that case, and it's the fact that we now know with legal clarity that XRP is not a security. Now, the only thing that is left on the table now is that the value of the settlement has to be fair. Now, this is considering that Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and the other executives still think the same way as they did before winning against the SEC and having XRP being declared not a security. Now, in any negotiation, what happens is one party brings a value, another party brings a value, usually a high value from one party, a low value from the other party, and then they negotiate and find a middle ground. Now, before XRP was declared not a security, actually the SEC had the upper hand at that time because, they were the law, right? And, the government, the power of the government was on their side. And Ripple was this renegade company, running a scam, quote unquote. Fast forward till today, the power has shifted. Now Ripple has the upper hand. First of all, they've actually just won one of the criteria that they put down. XRP is not a security. We have legal clarity, and they've won 2 out of 3 cases. Now, it does seem like the power, the law now is on Ripple's side. It also seems that the government is not really behind the SEC anymore. The figurehead of the SEC, Gary Gensler, is not really in the good books of most members of the government, or at least 50% of them anyway. He's still got the support of possibly the president and other members of government. But he doesn't have the support of the government that he did prior to SEC actually losing to Ripple. So now the power dynamics have shifted. It's now most likely and to be expected that Ripple has redefined or recalibrated what they perceive to be a fair settlement. Very recently, they've had the closed door meeting where things were discussed that obviously nobody really knows what happened or what they talked about. But you can imagine that Ripple has probably presented their terms. Now, there were some numbers that were thrown around. We heard $1 billion, we heard $770 million, etc. But in that kind of range, you can imagine that Ripple's come in at something really, really low compared to that. And something in the middle will probably be what they will settle at. Now, what that value will be, we don't know. But you can imagine that it would be something that Ripple would consider to be fair and they would be able to deal with without much problems. We've had some rumors that they might be looking to pay using the funds in the escrow. We really don't know if that's going to be the case. But whatever the case may be, we can rest assured that Ripple has the upper hand in this negotiation and that a settlement is not very far ahead. Now, with lack of proper information, you usually get rumors and fake news and clickbait and people putting out information just to get engagement, just to get traffic. The truth is we have no idea what's going on. The settlement is being discussed behind closed doors, and anytime now they're just going to announce it. And you can imagine that what the SEC is negotiating for right now is like a face-saving sort of settlement, something that's not going to make them look completely stupid. Because at this point, the trajectory is such that if they didn't settle, then Ripple might just win outright anyway, which is what most of us would like. But truth be told, I'm fed up of it. You're fed up of it. The SEC is fed up of it. Ripple is fed up. The government is fed up. And we all just want to settle this and move on to doing more important things and get on with the bull run, okay? So this is not financial advice. As usual, do your own research and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.